Welcome back, troops, to Let's Tab 59. I've come out without my microphone. I was going to grab it on the way back, but we'll go with it. Hopefully it's not too windy and you can hear me. So, hope everybody's well. Drill, or square bashing as we call it in the British Forces. Not something everybody enjoys, let me tell you. But it's something that has to be done. So, let's pull over here. So why do we have drill in the British Forces, or any forces? Well, originally, foot drill was designed to get bodies of men onto the battlefield in the correct formation, in the correct area. So you used to form up in their big blocks on the battlefield, left of flank, right of flank, etc. And that was a way of moving them around the battlefield. Of course, that's all gone now. We don't do that sort of thing in battle anymore. We don't have to do that now. We don't march into battle anymore. So why do we still have drill? Well, it's going to take a seat. It's a bit of a tab there, to be honest. So why do we still have drill? Well, it's important because, especially with new recruits, when you get new people joining the armed forces, they've got to learn teamwork, they've got to learn discipline, they've got to learn to be obedient, in other words, to react to words of command. And one way of doing that is to teach them drill. It's got lots of reasons really, but that's sort of why we do it. So it builds teamwork because everyone's moving as a body of men and women, and reacting to words of command. So when you get the word of command, left, turn, on that turn, you turn. And if you get onto the battlefield and someone says, right, move, you're going to move. You're going to be obedient. You're going to react to that word of command. So that's what drill's about. So in basic training, yes, you're going to get hammered with drill, with square bashing. It's going to happen to you a lot. Nearly every day in training when you're in camp. So you're going to get all your drill lessons, and they're going to start you off by teaching you how to just do foot drill, marching together in step, left and right turns, halting on the march, about turn, etc. You go through all of that to sharpen you up and get you drill, saluting, etc. Once that's done, you'll then move on to rifle drill, where you carry your weapon, your rifle, while you're marching in slope arms, order arms, changing arms, present arms, etc. So you learn all the words of command with foot drill, but now you're carrying a rifle. So that's all building you up through your basic training, and it all accumulates in what we have in the British Forces as a passing out parade. So those of you outside the UK, if you've not heard about what a passing out parade is, it's basically our graduation. So it marks the end of your training. You're now a trained soldier, no longer a recruit. You've made a grade and you've finished your training. And when you have your passing out parade, that's the time where you can invite family and friends down to it, and they can actually see you passing out, if you like, not collapsing, not falling over, passing out, but passing out of basic training into the armed forces. So your passing out parade, I think if many people forget things about their time in basic training, one of the things they will remember is their passing out parade. It's a big day. So there you are then, you're in the block, you've been practicing it for the last week or so, actually rehearsing, full dress rehearsals, etc. It's all done now, you're ready to go. Your kit's immaculate, you've been having kit inspections for the last week, boots especially. You're in your number 2 dress, which is our second best uniform, sort of in the army anyway, khaki coloured uniform. Obviously Royal Navy, Royal Marines and the Royal Air Force have different uniforms, but you're in your number 2 dress uniform. You're formed up with your drill your sergeants, your instructors, etc. The band are on the square playing a bit of music, and then you get the word of command and you march out from your block, away from your block and onto the parade square, and you'll march around the square. Your parents and friends, dignitaries, etc. will be seated in some seats, maybe with an overhead cover, depends where your depot is at the time. And you'll march onto the square and you'll halt in front of them, and then there'll be an inspecting officer, some sort of dignitary. It could be the colonel of your regiment, it could be, I think at Woolwich we had the mayoress of Woolwich come, and that was our inspecting officer. So the dignitary will come out with a little entourage. You'll be in open order, in other words you'll be in your ranks, but there'll be quite a gap between the front and the centre rank and the rear rank, etc. There's enough room for the inspecting officer and his entourage to walk amongst you and inspect you. And he's not really inspecting you. They're not coming up and actually looking at your uniform and picking you up for anything. All that's been done well before you come on parade. No, the inspecting officer is there, just, it's a formality really. He's going to come along, or she's going to come along between the ranks, looking at you, stopping every now and again at one of the soldiers and maybe asking them where they're from and how they got on in basic training. A couple of little questions like that. Band's playing in the background. Once the inspecting officer's finished, they go back over to their little saluting dais or whatever, and then what will happen is they'll present certain awards to recruits. So there'll be the best recruit, the best improved recruit, maybe the best shot, different awards like that given out. Those will be given out to the troops, and then when that's done, there'll be a little bit of a speech probably by the dignitary or the colonel of the regiment, whatever. He'll say a few words about how well you've done and how fantastic it is and look forward to your new career, all that malarkey. And then when that's done, you'll then move off and you'll march around the square, do a lap of honour basically. You're going to march around the parade square in a big loop and do a march past of that saluting dais, and of course in front of all your parents and family and friends. You'll march past, there'll be an eyes right and a salute will be given, and you'll march past that and then probably march off the square. So that's your passing out parade done. So that's most of your drill square bashing done, unless of course you're in one of the ceremonial units in the British forces. For instance, you might be in the Guards or the Household Division, or even if you're in the Royal Air Force, you could be a member of the King's Colour Squadron, which is a drill unit, dedicated ceremonial drill unit. And of course if you're in one of the bands, you're going to do a lot of marching with your instruments. You're going to go on and do all that. But apart from that, once you get to your battalion or regiment, now you're a trained soldier, you're not going to be doing as much drill. Yes, there'll be a parade in the morning before you're at work. You'll go down to the garages at 7:30 or whatever it is, and you'll fall in and the roll call will be taken, and then you set about your daily tasks, whatever that might be. So there's that, but it's not really a parade. Once a month we used to have like a company parade where the company sergeant major, the company commander would come down once a month, and that would be a proper parade on the square, and you'd get inspected, etc. Still not much drill going on, apart from things like, if your regiment or your battalion has got the freedom of a particular town, it could be a garrison town that you're stationed in or one nearby to your garrison. If you've got the freedom of that town, then now and again you'll get to exercise that freedom. So the freedom of the town is given to a battalion or regiment, normally by the mayor or somebody like that, some dignitaries, and now and again you can exercise that right to the freedom of the town. So what that means is you'll do a parade on a particular day, and it means that your battalion, your regiment can march through that town with drums beating, colours flying and fixed bayonets fixed, swords drawn. So you'll march through that town, somewhere in the town centre on the high street or whatever. It'll be a little saluting dais, and there'll be a couple of dignitaries up there, maybe the mayor, some other council officials, and you'll do an eyes right to that and bang a salute up, someone will, and then you'll march past. So you've got that as ceremonial that you might do now and again. Even reserve army reserve units will do that. It's quite a common thing for them to do the freedom parades. And of course, when it comes to November, you've got your Remembrance Sunday parades. That's the closest Sunday to Armistice Day, which is 11th of November. So there'll be a parade on that Sunday. And even if you're out in Germany, you still do those sort of parades. You'll still get to do a Remembrance Sunday parade, unless you may be on operations where you physically can't do that sort of parade. So you're still going to get those, and normally you'll have, when that's coming up, there'll be a couple of rehearsals, so you do a bit of square bashing. Obviously, if you do any courses, promotional courses, like Junior NCO's cadre, then you're going to do a bit of square bashing for that, because I think I mentioned it before in one of my videos. You've got to be able to now, as a Junior NCO, you've got to learn how to march troops around. So you'll do a little bit of drill on that course. And then, of course, if you go to if you want to go to depot as an instructor, so you're in your battalion and you're going to get pinged to go, you're full corporal, you're going to get pinged to go to your depot to become a recruit instructor, then you need to be qualified in drill so that you can take the recruits for drill. So you'll normally get sent on the all arms drill course. There's a basic and an advanced. If you're a corporal, you'll go on the basic course probably, and that used to be down at the Guards Division depot down in Purbright back in the day. Some of you might remember, you guardsmen out there, Purbright, you had D lines at the back, the old spider blocks, if you like. They're still there, but the all-arms drill wing, which was just inside the main gates of Alexandra Barracks on the left, that's gone now. And the all-arms drill wing is at the Army School of Ceremonials, which is in Kettering. So that's where you'd go now. You'd go up there and you would do your all-arms drill course to qualify you to take other people for drill, i.e. recruits. And there's an advanced course as well that sergeants and above go on. So you'll get a lot of drill for that. But apart from those sort of things, you won't be doing a terrific amount of square bashing. Not like the old national service days. So obviously, I said there's rifle drill. Officers have to learn to do sword drill. So when they go through Sandhurst, Royal Military Academy at Sandhurst, they have to do drill just the same as the rest of us. And on top of that, they've got to still do rifle drill. They've got to learn that. But on top of all that, they've got to learn how to parade with their swords drawn and saluting and all that malarkey with a sword. The other bit of drill, I suppose, would be sergeant majors need to use a pace stick. So you learn a pace stick course. How a pace stick is basically, you see that stick that sergeant majors carry under their arm. Well, it actually splits in two. It's hinged at the top. You open it up and put a little screw in, and that marks out the 30-inch pace. And he can then twiddle that around the parade square to work out how far how many paces to move a body of men or women. So that's the sort of drill stuff you're going to get in the British Army, the British Forces. Obviously, we've got the Gurkhas and the Rifle Regiment, which are light infantry units. Their drill is somewhat different to ours. They march a lot quicker. I can't remember what they do. Quick pace, quick march. I think it's about, is it 140 paces a minute they go out? I think we go about 116 in the normal regiments, but the old light infantry and the Gurkhas, they go like a bat out of hell. They really do move very, very fast. And the poor old bandsmen and buglers, they're legging it around, playing their instruments as fast as anything. Google it and have a look, it's pretty cool. Swift and bold, never forget the light lads. So that's pretty much what it is on drill in the British Army. The words of command for drill, this is quite an interesting one that maybe you civilians or people from other countries don't understand, that we never use the word as a drill command of attention. We never say attention. We just don't do that. We cut that down to just the last part of the word of attention, shun. S-H-U-N, shun. So if we're going to bring a body of troops up to attention, we don't say attention, we just say squad shun. And on that shun, they all come to attention. And they slam their feet in, unless you're in the Royal Navy or the Royal Marines, you slide your feet in, I know. So our words of command are basically three of them. We've got the introductory word of command, we have the cautionary word of command, and the executive word of command. You don't always need to use the introductory word of command. You can just use the cautionary and the executive. So what are they? Well, the introductory word of command, if I'm going to move a body of troops to do a left turn, for instance, they're all at attention, I want them to do a left turn. What I can do is I can say the following as an introductory word of command. Squad will move to the left in threes. That's telling them what they're going to do. Squad, I might shout it, I'm not going to shout it now, I'm in my garden, I feel right now. But squad will move to the left in threes. That's an introductory word of command. The cautionary word of command will be the word left, in this case, drawn out. So it would be left. And then the executive word of command, that's the word of command when I want to actually make them turn, will be the word turn, but short and sharp. So the whole thing would sound like this. Squad will move to the left in threes. Left, turn. And on that word of command, turn, they all sharply move. And that's what drill's about, getting them to move when you mean it. Move, and they're going to move. That's what it's about. Anyway, I've made a right twat of myself now, talking about drill. I was no guru on drill, let me tell you. So, thanks for watching another one of my silly videos. Thanks for your words of support and kind comments. That's brilliant. If you're watching this and you haven't subscribed to me, if you think it's any good, probably don't, but if you think it's all right and you haven't subscribed, please consider doing it. I'm not saying do it, I'm saying consider subscribing. So, all the best to everybody. Take care of yourselves, have a great weekend, and until the next time, troops, and it won't be long, let's tap.